Good morning. Often I've talked about prayer and what does prayer mean, and Jesus, what did he do? Jesus went up the mountain to pray. Was it to petition and ask God, Father, do this and do that and do this? You know what I need? I pray that you do this. It was none of that. I think a lot of us get prayer confused. You see, prayer is meditation, listening, spending time in the commune with the Father. He already knows what we have need of. What did Jesus say? He said, I only do what I see my Father do. He was listening and he was moving. That's important in our life, to listen and to move. And you're not going to miss it, because as I said many times, Jesus, when he was told, or when he went and healed all those people, the whole place, where do you think that came from? That came from the Father. He only does what he sees his Father doing. You see, up in that mountain, he already knew the plans for the day. So he was just moving and acting out on the Rhema word, on the revelation. He's the word made flesh, sent forth for a time such as this, sure. But that word come from the Father. That word that he came out in prayer, from the prayer time, from the listening, he moved in that. That's what prayer is. Prayer is not us petitioning and ranting and raving and hope we've hooked into something that God might do according to his will. It's nothing like that. And the other side of that is we get so caught up with fear porn. The example is, the United Nations, Illuminati, cabal is going to starve us all and take all our food off us. So we see shelves getting less and less, and we can listen to that fear and think, I better go and get some food, because we're going to run out. Or you can listen to the Father. When I ask the Father something, he doesn't answer me. I know that I'm asking out of my own strength, because he already knows what I have need of. He already knows these things. And if he tells me that I need to stock up on food and all the rest, well, so be it, I will. But if he's not saying anything, it's because it's nonsense. It's because that ain't going to happen. So until the Father tells me something, I've got to learn not to move. You've got to learn not to move. Listen to the Father and move with him. Who hasn't tried to do stuff in their own strength and stuff it up every time? I've been there and bought the T-shirt over the years. It's listening and moving. That's where the effectiveness comes from. I remember last year, or the year before, what's going to happen? All the money's going to crash. And friends, that may happen. I still know God's got it. I still know he's got his own plans, his own wealth redistribution plan. But, panic was there, and so cash some shares and all the rest to try and, save from the economic crisis. We need to actually stop doing that. We can't afford to be running around on fear, and especially if the Father hasn't said anything. Because he knows what we have need of. Every hair on our head is numbered. We're precious in his sight. He cares more about us than anything you could possibly imagine. He knows all about you, every last intimate detail. And he wants to bless you. He wants to look after you. So what you've got to do is learn, and I got to do, all of us, learn to enter into the rest of God. What is the rest of God? You see, the works of God is to believe in Jesus, the Bible says. That's the works of God. And the only time that God tells anybody to strive is in Hebrews, where it says, strive to enter into the rest. The rest is learning to stop doing it from your own ideas and your own fear porn that's going around in your head from the media and all the rest, and start to listen and trust, because he's going to speak to you. And don't get fear in your head and think, what if I missed it? What if he wants to speak to me but I haven't heard? He'll make it clear to you. He knows your heart. He knows more about you than you do, and he knows how to commune, and he knows how to tell you and lead you and guide you. So stop panicking. Start trusting. Start resting. Start resting from all the stupid ideas we get to run around trying to fix this and fix that like a headless chook. Because we do that, Get in a relationship. Get in the commune. Get in that. And don't get in there for fear of, I'm going to miss it, so I better find out. Get in there because you love him. Well, he first loved you. And here's the deal with that. I'm talking to a friend of mine yesterday. I didn't just one day decide that I think I'll just go and love God. You see, it didn't happen that way. He called me. He opened my eyes. His love started penetrating every part of me. And so it's he's the one who does the work. You're the one who rests in the love. So learn to rest in love. Listen, allow the Spirit of God to speak to you, because he will. And stop panicking with what, all the media and Goliath ranting and raving up and down in the idiot box tries to tell you, because that's not happening. We're coming into the best days yet.